In this short video, we're going to take a look at the seeded Power Platform rights. In other videos in this series, I have talked about the standalone Power Platform licenses, but here we're focusing on the Power Platform rights that are included in other licenses, such as Dynamics 365 and Microsoft 365. My name is Vicky Lee, an independent Microsoft licensing expert, and I'll be taking you through this session today. So first of all, let's look at the Power Apps rights that you get with other licenses. And you can see here that when you license Dynamics 365, the app licenses contain some Power Apps rights. But these rights do vary depending upon the license purchased, with the apps classed as enterprise apps having more rights. And the apps that are not classed as enterprise apps are sales professional, customer service professional, team members, and so on. However, the Power Apps use rights that you do get are limited, and they're only included within the same environment as the licensed Dynamics 365 applications, and are there to allow users to customize and extend the Dynamics 365 applications. And use of Power Apps capabilities included with Dynamics 365 licenses must only be within the context of the underlying licensed Dynamics 365 application. You do also get some very limited Power Apps rights with certain Office 365 and Microsoft 365 licenses. And you can see from the table that you're only allowed to run Canvas apps using only the standard connectors. And this table showing the use rights is taken from the Power Apps licensing guide. And can I recommend that you reference this to see the detail associated with this information? As we saw with Power Apps, certain licenses also include Power Automate use rights. So, for example, Power Apps licenses have the rights to run certain Power Automate flows. Certain Dynamics 365 licenses allow you to run flows for the purpose of customizing and extending the Dynamics 365 application. And again, the rights do vary depending upon which Dynamics 365 app you have actually licensed. There are also some Power Automate rights included with Office 365, Microsoft 365 and Windows licenses. But you can see from the table here that there are limits as to the specific types of flow that can be run. Then as we look at Power Virtual Agents, you do get rights to use the Teams version with certain Microsoft 365 and Office 365 licenses. And with this, you're only allowed to deploy chatbots within Teams. The full Power Virtual Agents license would be required if you did want to deploy in any other channel. And then, as you might imagine, the rights to access Power Pages websites are also included in certain licenses, with this table showing what each license is allowed to do. So for more detail behind the rights included with the different licenses, can I recommend that you check out the Power Platform Licensing Guide. At the time of recording this video, the February 2023 version was the most current. But here you'll find the latest versions of the tables shown in this presentation, along with extra information about the seeded rights. One element that you might have noticed in the tables we've just looked at is a reference to Dynamics 365 restricted tables, and these are important from a licensing point of view. If you're building a custom app, you can use the Dataverse tables to create apps and flows for users licensed with Power Apps and Power Automate. However, for certain tables, if you're going to do more than just read the data, so for example, create, update, or delete rows in those tables, you'll need a Dynamics 365 license to do so. And these tables are the restricted tables. Microsoft can choose whether they want to restrict tables or not, and you can see a couple of reasons on this slide why they might do this, but it will have an impact on the licensing. So if you are only reading data from a restricted table, then a Power Apps or a Power Automate license might be all that's required. But if you are creating, updating, or deleting rows within a restricted table, you will need to have a Dynamics 365 license for the corresponding app. So as per usual, the licenses that you need is down to precisely what you're trying to do. And if you are wondering which tables are restricted ones, then check out the link on this slide as it shows you which are the current restricted tables. But do make sure you look at the whole page in case there is some extra detail for the individual tables that you are using. That concludes this short video. Thank you very much for watching. If you require any more information around Power Platform and Dynamics 365, please do contact TD Synnex.